Nobody's mad. We're all too busy playing shuffleboard.
A dog stole my car, and he take my wife, but I can't do nothing because he's so handsome.
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore. They've moved along, they've changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm internet personality Melt Content, and this is another episode of 10-Minute Daily Videos.net, your one place for 10-minute daily videos. .net. And this episode, we're going to talk about reality television. Everyone loves it. No one's ever had any issues with it, and it's completely ethical every time. Wait. No, some of that was sarcasm. I want to talk about reality competition shows. What we are going to talk about this episode is how I'm able to predict winners of Crime Scene Kitchen.
Okay, rolling.
Very early into the episode, winners and losers particularly, based solely on the editing. I might be cocky, I might be wrong, and we're going to find out by doing a live reaction video. I've never seen this particular episode before, but I do have context of the first episode where these contestants were already in, which will color if I think they're going to get, if they're going to win or lose in one way or another. And I will explain my methodology as we go, but I do want to point out some things ahead of time. It is not just Crime Scene Kitchen that is guilty of this. All reality shows follow a lot of these unbearable tropes, and every single one of these shows is made worse when a contestant says that a huge amount of money is something that they need to win. I never need a contestant to explain to me that they need to win money. Of course you want to win this money, right? Everyone who's on the show wants to win this money. But one of the things that you'll find that they do is they will give you pathos for individuals who are either going to stay in the show longer than a couple of episodes, or they'll give you pathos, or they'll give you pathos for a team that might lose that episode, but just very narrowly doesn't lose. Early in the show, you can really tell who's going to get eliminated early based on how little pathos they get. So what do I mean by pathos? What I mean is, if we see that they have a struggling bakery, if we see that they have children, if we see that they have any kind of reasonable home life, or they cry about how much the money would change their life, or any of these types of things, if those happen, that person is either nearly gonna lose or is at the very least gonna be safe that episode. Now there are other subtler hints, but we're gonna see how early into the episode I can make my prediction. If I change my prediction, I'll point that out too, and I will stop the episode for predictions. So I recommend you watch Crime Scene Kitchen Season 3, Episode 3, all on your own before I do this, mostly because if you're interested at all, I'm going to spoil it, but also I'm only going to show you very short clips to avoid copyright goblins that I don't want to deal with. So I think that's enough of an explainer, being that I've recorded 5 minutes of explaining this shit. I think you understand the premise. I'm going to guess the winners and losers as early into an episode as I can for Crime Scene Kitchen. All right, I'm going to start watching it. You guys will come back when the editor decides I've said something worth coming back to. And at the time of recording, if you want to watch Crime Scene Kitchen, it is on Hulu. And every time I've watched it, it's been on Hulu. It's a Fox standard. Okay.
I'm scared.
All right, so we're officially... most of that intro was just filler. So we're only... How many minutes in? Minute and a half in. All right, they're showing that couple. I don't want to say their names because I can't remember their names. That couple might be in the bottom. I don't think they're gonna lose this episode. That's an early prediction. I think they might be second. Like they might be second to lowest, and it's based solely on that brief shot of her crying.
That's a cute picture.
Yeah. Oh, pretty picture.
Okay, that picture is going to be relevant. That picture is absolutely going to be relevant. The editors wouldn't call that. This is like a bonus thing, but what's funny about Crime Scene Kitchen is you, as the observer, as the audience, you get like basically everybody's information, but you don't get like cross information until they start talking amongst themselves. So if like one group figures out one thing, you don't know if everybody figured that out unless the editors grace us with the information of like quick cuts of them noticing things.
Olive oil. Focaccia.
So we are officially we're like 6 minutes in. I can't remember their names. I'm very terrible at this, so I'm going to describe them on what they're wearing. The two ladies wearing yellow. Those two are going to win this with the focaccia. Okay, they're gonna win with a focaccia. Everyone that does a pizza is gonna lose, and then we're gonna get to the second bake. So I could almost skip. I feel like I could almost skip all of the prep, all of the work, and I already know which of these is gonna win that. They've used editing hints to really indicate that it's not a pizza and it is this other thing.
Because we saw all of these different vegetables, our proofing bowl, and the drawing on the fridge, we're going to make a focaccia with a floral vegetable pattern.
I'll tell you this, I thought less people were going to pick focaccia. I'll say where they tricked me with the editing this time.
The winners of the safety bake are... Becky and Daniel.
Oh my God!
So the editing clues that I'm seeing in hindsight were them double proofing and them making a big deal about them double proofing. What I should have said now, and this is what misleading. Now, using the evidence I had before, and we're halfway through. This is where I've got the most evidence I should have. Predicting it after this point, after about 23 minutes, not as impressive. Okay. I still think the couple in green, they're going to be in the bottom two, but not lose. Okay. I am now starting to think the ladies in yellow are going to lose. I'm going to guess the losers are the two ladies in yellow. All right. I'm going to lock that in as my guess. If something really drastically changes my mind, I'll own up that it took me more information than usual.
White and lavender chocolate.
Are you using the chocolate?
No. But it doesn't go in a cookie.
We made cookies with all sorts of stuff, but we decided to go with the vanilla sable.
Because we saw lavender extract, we saw key lime zest.
I've never been more they're out.
The mystery dessert is
This cookie?
Earl Grey lavender and matcha madeleines.
Oh my God, they're Madeleine.
Two flavors of delicious light buttery madeleines dipped in chocolate.
Madeline's. Oh, I've been hornswoggled. These guys might be out now. Nope, they're gonna go based on flavor. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I still think it's the pear and yellow.
The team that's going home tonight is Anyata and Sanji.
Called it! Hey, thanks for watching 10minutedailyvideo.net, your place for 10minutedailyvideos.net. And you too can use my tips to completely ruin reality television, competition, whatever the frick you want to call these baking shows. For yourself, if you want to too, you can use my tips to ruin perfectly good shows for yourself just by noticing like a crazy person, noticing who's getting focus early on in the episode, and you could start calling it based on that. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like more, you wanted me to do this to a completely different show, I'm interested in doing that. I don't know. Go check make sure that you're ooh, it's been that long. Ooh. I'm gonna segue.
So if you think of killing anybody, don't worry about it. Just go right ahead and do it.
You know, now that you've waded through all of that, you know, it was pretty impressive, I think, that I got to the right answer about 20 minutes into a 40-minute episode. I got halfway in. But and you guys, look, I don't want to do a touchdown dance, right? I put this at the end of the very end of the episode. I've already said Patreon. I don't even expect you to stay to that point, okay? So if you stayed this long, right, I think I got it in 3 minutes. And here's my proof.
Our elimination bake, which determines which team gets sent home.
That audio sting on these two ladies, it's not definitive proof. It's tentative proof. Again, I'm trying to do this as early as I can. We're like 3 minutes into a 40-minute episode. These two were also kind of low last time, and they said something about redemption. That might make them the losers, but it is a little early to say. And I do better after I've seen what the first crime scene is going to be like. And also, the first bake doesn't really matter. So a lot of my guesswork is based solely on the fact that of the editing. And I want to make this very clear. The more I rely on just the editing, the more impressive this is. So my tentative guess here, and I'll only probably leave this in if I'm even remotely right, is these two might be the losers. See, I left that clip out in my initial edit, and I skipped ahead a bit just because I wanted a dramatic reveal. I think generally no one will see this, but I think I got it in 3 minutes. But I am really soft on it, right? Because if I were to said, look, final answer at 3 minutes, I'd have been very cocky. And it's a little generous to give it to me at 3 minutes based on me saying tentative guess is these two, okay? But tentative guess is a guess. And I made 2 predictions early on, very early on in the episode. I made 2 predictions. Is that the couple in green were going to be in the bottom. I didn't realize everyone was going to be in the bottom. And 2, I said that the very second prediction I made was these two were going to be out of the episode. Based on only the editing, based on a sound sting on their shot. Okay? Look, I'm just saying, reality show makers, do better. Do better, okay? I shouldn't be speculating that early into your episode. 3 minutes into your episode, and I'm already speculating who might win or lose based on a sound cue that is just so overly used that I basically made that prediction in Hell's Kitchen and every other one of these reality competitions with a long cast of weirdos. I've learned this. Do something different. This is a unique look, now I'm going into a rant, but like, I really like this show. I think it's really unique. I think it's like, it gives both the audience a bunch of clues to guess what was in the kitchen, and it gives the contestants some very interesting things as opposed to just baking something well. And they gotta ruin it because my brain has watched so many of these shows and it's just programmed to go, oh, music sting. On those two, they're probably gonna lose this episode. Oh, they're crying in the first 5 minutes of this episode, first 2 minutes of this episode. Oh, they're crying. They're probably in the bottom of the episode, and they're going to use it as an emotional payoff. I know they don't win the episode because you don't cry over missing the first one. No one gets emotional about missing the first one except to be excited about winning.